Good evening, everyone. Welcome back, folks. Today is Sunday, April 10th, 2022, and the start of the new quarter. I'm your host, Samantha, back with another episode of MMTV. This new quarter comes with some positive changes. To address the elephant in the room, that change is a new co-anchor. Chris is the producer of Drum Studio, and in addition will be anchoring with me. I'm so happy for him to join me in this new chapter.
Hello, everybody.
And speaking of Chris, first up we have another original song on his segment, Drum Studio. Marissa then follows by asking fellow Spartans this week's essential question.
I like softball because it's fun.
I'm playing softball this year because of my awesome teammates. I'm doing softball, and it's just so I have something to do like over the spring. Like I don't get bored, and pretty much like just learn a new sport and yeah.
Okay, I play lacrosse.
Ultimate frisbee.
So, I have been playing ultimate frisbee for a little while. I enjoy the sport. I feel like I'm pretty good at it. But yeah, it's just I really enjoy it.
I play Ultimate, and we're currently 1-0, which is good. We haven't lost yet.
I do track because it's a lot of fun and to get in shape.
I'm doing track because I want to be in shape for summer.
I'm a track star.
I'm doing track because my parents and my brother all were in track and they were good at it, so now I have to do it.
I play tennis because it's a lot of fun and I wanted to meet new people.
I do track.
If I could do any spring sport, it would be ultimate frisbee out on the front pitch.
I would run track. I ran track my freshman and junior year.
Are you searching for prom attire and to support those in need? If so, we have the perfect opportunity for you. On April 6th from 3:30 to 7 p.m. at St. Anne's Parish Hall in Lenox, there will be a prom attire sale. There will be a wide variety of lightly worn dresses, suits, shoes, and accessories available for just $5 each. And to make it even better, all proceeds will be donated to those in need. What a great opportunity. Another week, another student profile. Let's see what Rosie has to share. Then we will jump on over to Conrad's segment, You Ask, We Answer. This week, Conrad is discussing cookies and traditions. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I love a good chocolate chip cookie. Alright, take it away, Conrad.
This is Alex Tenney. Alex is a sophomore here at Monument. Alex's favorite thing about Monument is the sports. After high school, Alex hopes to go to college but doesn't know what she wants to study yet. In her free time, Alex loves to read. She also plays soccer, basketball, and softball for the teams here at Monument. Some fun facts Alex shared with us is that her favorite animal is a cow, her favorite color is blue, and her favorite artist is Taylor Swift. That was this week's Student Profile. Join us next week for more.
Hey, what do you want to learn about?
How to make cookies.
Boom. Hey there.
Hi.
What's your favorite cookie?
Chocolate chip.
Are there any special traditions in your family where you make cookies?
No.
Are there any special seasons where you make cookies?
No.
Not even like Christmas, Hanukkah?
No. I need to talk to my lawyer about this.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Mr. Soul?
Yeah.
What is your favorite kind of cookie?
Well, that's an easy one, Conrad. I'm just a huge fan of chocolate chip cookies, especially homemade Toll House chocolate chip cookies.
You know, my Nana, my sister's a vegan. My Nana made chocolate chip cookies with applesauce instead of butter.
Ooh.
They were extra soft and they were really good.
See now, I'm not the soft chocolate chip kind of cookie. I like when you put like a little water and milk in them.
Oh.
And it flattens them out.
Oh, yeah.
A little crispier.
Yeah. To be honest, my mom never figured out how to make cookies, so they were always like the flat kinds. They would like peel off the board or like the pan.
Were they crunchy though?
They were crunchy. They were good. They were good. Thank you so much, Mr. Soul.
You got it, Conrad.
Thank you.
Wait.
What's your favorite kind of cookie?
My favorite kind of cookie?
Yo, wait.
Sugar cookie.
Sugar cookie?
Yes. Probably one that's made with cookie dough.
I love that kind.
Probably
Thank you.
like a chocolate chip cookie.
The one that has
Perfect.
sugar in it?
What is your favorite cookie?
I'm a real oatmeal raisin guy. Call it crazy, but like a good oatmeal raisin cookie. You get the raisins, like, ooh, that's sweet, but that's a fruit. It's basically a vegetable.
You can eat it any time of the
Any time of
day.
the day.
Eat as many as you want.
Breakfast, it's a good way to start the day.
Perfect.
You're chasing me.
Yeah, bye. Are there any special traditions or special ways you make cookies?
No.
What's your favorite cookie?
I like chocolate chip cookies.
Like hard or soft? This has been a big controversy.
I'm actually a big fan of softer cookies, but not like too soft. They have to be just the right.
Yeah, so they're not like crumbly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't forget, this Friday there will be no school due to Good Friday. Then following will be spring break. Spring break will be April 15th through April 22nd, and we will return to the building April 25th. Make sure you sit back, listen to some tunes, and most importantly, take time for yourself. There is so much going on in school. We now see fresh paint displayed from the A wing to the B wing. It's incredible how fast things are moving. But for now, let's slow down and see what games Sam has to share this week. Then after, we have Nick following with a review on some more music. Who knows? This segment might introduce you to your newest favorite song.
This week, I'll be taking a look at a game that by all means is considered a classic. A game that's been released on countless platforms with a variety of content. This is Dragon Quest V: Hands of the Heavenly Bride. Originally released on September 27th, 1992, and even though I'm using footage from the PlayStation 2 remake, the game was originally released on the Super Famicom. The game has been remade several times, like for the Nintendo DS, mobile devices, and of course the PlayStation 2. Dragon Quest V has continued to leave its legacy since its initial release. The gameplay is very simple compared to other games in the role-playing game genre, but I think that works well for the game. The Dragon Quest series is pretty much your standard role-playing game, so I think a complex system would have hurt the game more than helped it. However, that doesn't mean the combat lacks variety entirely. Of course you have your attacks and spells, but Dragon Quest V has quite a bit of weapon customization, which allows you quite a bit of options during combat. It's nothing that hasn't been expanded on in other games, so it works great for the game. You also have the Monster Wagon, which you can use to recruit a few monster partners to fight for you, giving you controls of a few spells you wouldn't have had otherwise. The music for the game is pretty good. It's nothing that will amaze you, but it does fit the atmosphere of the game really well, and a few classic tracks of the series are found in this game. The ocean track at the beginning of the game is what really stood out to me, with its adventurous and heartwarming instrumentals. I'd like to note that Dragon Quest V goes beyond being a video game. The game has received a manga adaptation, as well as in 2019 a movie titled Dragon Quest Your Story, which adapted the story of Dragon Quest V release. It can be watched on Netflix. Dragon Quest V: Hands of the Heavenly Bride is a classic game which was key for evolving RPGs past the cryptic era of games found on the original Famicom. The story can be enjoyed in a multitude of ways today, so if you are looking for a more traditional RPG, you can't go wrong with Dragon Quest V.
Hey guys, welcome back to It's Music, that show that we do once a week for you guys to watch, and we talk about music. Yeah, obviously, a slow morning. But today we're gonna talk about the few solo bass artists I think you should check out because they sound good and I like them. Famous bassist Marcus Miller. Famous for a reason, because he's awesome. If you've ever listened to Luther Vandross, you can give a lot of credit for him on the bass for a lot of those tracks. But he also has a incredible solo career, which I really recommend listening to. He has a few specific individual songs that I think you could probably dig pretty hard. He has a pretty famous one called Power, which is, classic slap bass, but my favorite personal song of his is called Detroit. I feel like he's got a lot of history in the studio, but there's a lot of merit to his solo career, and I feel like, anything with his name on it, you can expect to be at least high quality. Now, one artist I definitely think more people should know about is Victor Wooten, classic solo bass player. Played with Bella Fleck and the Flecktones. Believe he did a handful of studio work, though I'm not 100% familiar with it, I will be honest. But his solo career is absolutely ridiculous. I believe it is his 2015 album, Show of Hands, that really gives us a perspective on how absolutely crazy this guy is when it comes to playing his instrument. Due to copyright, I cannot show it to you, but I'm going to put some names of some songs up here, and you better listen to it, because you won't believe it. I know I don't. Gospel music is a big win for bass players, and I have to say there's no bassist more worthy of praise in that community than Andrew Goucher, who is widely known as the godfather of gospel bass, famous for his ridiculous shout bass lines and amazing energy at the instrument. I wish I knew a handful of recordings I could give y'all to go listen to, but he's more of a live musician. You can find a lot of his stuff on YouTube. I know he has a website, but just one of those bassists that you watch as a bass player and you go, man, this is why I should quit this instrument, because I'm going nowhere if there are people this good. But we still make it happen. Honestly, bass is just cool. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I'm a little biased because I play it, but I just say, my little word of the day, my little tip of the day: listen to the bass when you listen to music, and also don't listen to Tame Impala.
No, he's wrong. Bass is not cool. Bass is lame. Don't listen to this man.
This Wednesday, there will be a board game bash in the library. It will take place during both lunches, so make sure you bring your friends to celebrate and hang out before spring break.
Hello, and welcome back to Ray's Not So Neighborhood Plants and Botany. Today, we're talking about Welwitschia mirabilis, discovered and named after Friedrich Welwitsch in 1860. It was found in the Namib Desert of Namibia. From a distance, this strange plant looks like dried seaweed or maybe a very large pile of corn leaves, but it's actually quite amazing. The plant has 2 permanent leaves that are original leaves from when it's seedling. They just continue to grow as the plant ages and never shed, resulting in them becoming torn over time. Plant growth occurs once a year in summer and only flowers from August to autumn. The Welwitschia has 2 sexes that are distinguishable by the cones that they flower from every year. The seeds of the plant need heavy rain over several days to germinate properly, which is pretty rare in the desert sometimes, so oftentimes the specimens in a Welwitschia colony will be the same age as they were all able to grow from the same good rain year. Though carbon dating tells us the average Welwitschia plant is 200 to 1,500 years old, some have been found to be alive for 2,000 plus years. As mentioned, Welwitschia live in colonies throughout the desert with other Welwitschia across the coast for 1,000 kilometers. They usually don't grow further than 150 kilometers from the coast, making the line of plant growth coincide with the fog bank. This means that the plant has evolved to grow in that certain placement because they know it's where they will get the most water and nutrients. Here are some fun facts. Though it is only known as Welwitschia in English, it is commonly known by locals as the tree tumbo and has many other names in other languages as well. When the Austrian botanist Friedrich Welwitsch discovered the plant, he could, quote, do nothing but kneel down and gaze at it, half in fear lest touch it should prove it a figment of the imagination. Though he's probably suffering from hallucination or severe exhaustion, it's still kind of funny that he was so appalled by a pile of seaweed, essentially. The roots of the Welwitschia are short and only grow to be about as long as your palm in length. Indigenous people eat the cone of the plant raw or by baking it in hot ashes. They also gave it the name onianga, or in English, onion of the desert. Though the population of Welwitschia in the wild is fairly healthy right now, the fact that the plant grows in such a limited and ecologically vulnerable area puts the plant at a lot of potential risks for endangerment. The plant can grow to a maximum length of 13 feet, making their tiny root system even more amazing. That's all for now on our ancient friend. See you next time on Ray's Not So Neighborhood Plants and Botany.
There's nothing better than a good old-fashioned talent show. This week after break, the annual Spartan Talent Show will take place. It's a great place to show off talents, laugh, and support fellow friends. Not much information is currently available, but we will disclose more information as it comes in. To continue with our Sports Weekly, Wesley is next, sharing a vast variety of information on his segment, National Sports News. Let's see what's going on. Right after, we continue with the basketball news recap with Caden. Take it away, guys!
The SATs are quickly approaching. This Wednesday, April 13th, we will be hosting a testing day for all students who have signed up. Good luck to everyone who's participating. And now, over to the Mias with their TV segment. Then, we have Tessa following with a movie review.
Hello everyone and welcome back to me and Mia's TV review. Today we are reviewing Bridgerton Season 2. It starts off with Anthony finally willing to find a wife. While he wasn't concerned with the love part, more of would she be a good wife and mother.
While Anthony tries to find a wife, two ladies travel back to England from India and move with Mrs. Danbury, Kate Sharma and Edwina Sharma. Edwina is looking for a husband while Kate wants to find her sister a love match.
While they are getting ready for the balls, it is Eloise's first season and she is not to be pleased. She struggles with her words and can barely walk in the shoes. She would rather be reading than anything else.
Luckily, she has Penelope there to help her, but Penelope has been writing to Colin, who is traveling across Greece. She and him kept in touch the most, and you can see their connection grow as he came back.
The diamond of last season, Daphne, returns for little pieces and she really helps Anthony out. You see her beautiful baby August, but unfortunately the Duke of Hastings won't make any more appearances. She is the one to see who Anthony truly falls for, though.
You would think that the woman Anthony chooses to marry would be the new diamond of the season, Edwina. While he thought that, too, his real heart was with the annoying sister, Kate, who would do anything to stop the wedding.
Edwina tried to get them to connect because she wanted to marry Anthony, but Kate insisted otherwise. Kate tried to like him towards the middle of the season to help her sister out, but when she got closer to him, the more Edwina's attempt for marriage grew harder.
Kate and Anthony always fought until she got a bee sting. This scared Anthony since his father died this way. She tried to calm him down by putting her hand on her heart to show that she was fine, but the eye contact that came and grew more intensely throughout.
After the eye contact, more came, and Anthony decided to propose to Edwina. It was a shock to Kate and a heartbreaking moment, but it did not stop them from their intense stares.
At the wedding, this is when Edwina realizes that they loved each other, and they called off the wedding, but nothing happened to them because Kate decided to move back to India since she hurt her whole family.
Kate, on a rainy day, heartbroken, decided to go for a horseback ride. Anthony followed her and she fell off. She was injured and in a coma for a week.
Anthony couldn't see her, and once she finally woke up, he proposed. Kate says no because she didn't think he actually loved her. Edwina convinced Kate to go to one more ball, and that is where Anthony and Kate danced. Later that night, he told her her true feelings and proposed. They got married after all and lived happily ever after as Viscount and Viscountess.
I love Bridgerton, and not even to mention the music, it was brilliant. The show is confirmed to continue for season 3 and season 4, which means next season is all about Benedict. You can find it only on Netflix, and thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye!
The fourth quarter has officially begun. Keep a lookout for third quarter report cards that should be released within the next week. Congratulations to everyone. It is finally the fourth quarter. Is the world really flat and were there ever Greek gods? I definitely don't think so, but a lot do, and that's what's so interesting about myths. Here's Gage with another segment of Mythbusters. Let's check it out. Myself and a lot of people know that during a rainy April day, a good book goes a long way. Let's see what book Alec has covered this week.
Looking to continue your learning over the course of the summer, MCLA has finally announced their summer course offerings that are available to students. See the file attached in the guidance newsletter. For more details, you can check in your email if necessary. Now up next we have Troy. Let's see what he has to say about more action figures. Then we have the weatherman Luke sharing this week's weather forecast.
What's going on? My name is Luke Arianti, and I'm here to bring you your weekly weather forecast. It's gonna be pretty nice. It's going to hit a high of about 46 degrees and partly sunny. It's going to be wicked windy out, as there's going to be a fast breeze blowing anywhere between 10 and 20 miles an hour blowing out of the northwest. Monday should be even nicer, with a high tomorrow of about mid to low 60s. It won't be as breezy tomorrow, as the wind should only hit a max of about 10 miles an hour. Tuesday probably will be the nicest day of the week, as it will hit a top temperature of about mid to high 60s, but with a near perfect sky. There shouldn't be any clouds. It should be really nice and sunny. We will have a light breeze on Tuesday though, and it should be mostly sunny though. Wednesday will be the same as Tuesday, only about a little bit lower in temperature though, as it won't be reaching as high as 60s, although there might be a possibility that it might be reaching a top high of about 70 degrees, so that should be pretty exciting. And by Thursday, we actually are going to get a little bit of rain, and it should still be in about the mid 60s all throughout the rest of the week. But Thursday morning, it should be fairly clear with a little bit of overcast conditions, you know, gray skies, heavy clouds, but really nothing to worry about up until about noonish is when the rain should start to hit us, and by early evening into night, we will be getting full hit with all the rain. And it should only be about like a 60 to 70% chance of rain up on Thursday night, and that carry all the way through into Friday morning, which will be the same as Thursday weather-wise, although the temperature might be a little nicer, a little bit higher. But by Friday, there should be about a 60% chance of rain in the morning. Moving on later throughout the day, only about a 40% chance of rain by noon, and then by Friday night, you know, the same overcast conditions what came in. Should be only about a 10% chance of rain by Friday night. And the temperature is going to drop back down Friday into Saturday, with reaching a low of mid to low 40s with a light breeze, topping off at about 13 miles an hour. And by Saturday morning, rain clouds should be gone, and by Saturday noonish, we should be hitting a high of about 55 degrees, maybe mid to low 50s. But the evening temperature still, as soon as the sun goes down, the temperature is going to drop back down as well. And you know, sunset is going to be hitting us at about 7:36, so that keeps pushing back up. Days are getting longer still. I remember a couple weeks ago it was like, you know, 7:20, maybe early 30s, but it's about 2 minutes, 3 minutes every day. The weekend should be nice though, because both Saturday and Sunday are supposed to be mostly sunny, maybe a little bit of clouds in the sky. But that's really it for this week's weather forecast. The fun weather fact today is the coldest known temperature ever recorded on Earth was in 1983 at the Vostok station in Antarctica. The station recorded a temperature of negative 89.2 degrees Celsius, or roughly negative 128.6 degrees Fahrenheit. And you know, that's all for this week's weather forecast. Back to you, Samantha.
Thanks, Luke. Now it's time for the weekly lunch schedule. Monday starts off with Philly cheesesteak sandwiches. Tuesday will be serving grilled cheese sandwiches. Wednesday there will be marinated chicken breast with long grain and wild rice. Then to finish off the week, we have Thursday's cheese pizza, and there will be no school Friday. Last but never least, Orson gives us a preview of the upcoming shoe releases on his segment, Shoe Reviews. Then afterwards, to finish us off, a short skit will be performed by Hyatt. Let's see what they have in store.
Alright, so tell me about your shoes, Luke.
Yeah.
What are they?
Yeah.
Hello everyone, my name's Ty. I'm on the train tracks and I'm actually having a pretty good— oh my god, there's a train heading for all those people. Well, it's a good thing I found this lever, and just with one flick of it I can change the course of the train. Here we go.
And that brings us to what we're going to be talking about tonight. Sudden scene change. I know, I got yelled at for being on the train tracks. Anyway, I'm going to be talking about the ethical question known as the trolley problem. Basically, here's how it works. There are 5 people on one track, and 1 person on another track, and there was a runaway trolley heading straight for those 5 people. Luckily, you are right next to a lever, which you can pull to change the course of the track. Unfortunately, that trolley will instead hit the 1 person standing on the other track. And so the question is, do you do nothing and let the trolley hit the 5 people, or do you pull the lever, changing the track of the trolley and hitting the 1 person, effectively murdering them? Now, I get it. You did not come here to listen to me talk about ethical problems. This is a short skit for MMTV, after all. I'm here more to talk about how weird the trolley problem is in itself. I mean, there's 1 person who's been tying down 5 people to a trolley track, but also 1 person to the other trolley tracks? Or is people just waiting around in front of an unhinged trolley and they don't get to make a choice? But you do? Who put you in charge of this random track flipping position anyway? Why is there somebody you love standing on the trolley tracks all alone, apart from the 5 people? That and more in the next 30 or so seconds.
Now, look, I get it. When there's a big trolley coming at you, there's not a lot you can do, but you could at least go out of the way. You don't have to go like, oh my god, a trolley! Of course, I needed to put an end to all of this madness, so I found the guy who's been tying all the people to all the trolley tracks, and I patted him up in front of one of his own. A bit of a karma, don't you think? Wait. I'm getting rid of 1 life to save countless others.
Thank you, Hyatt, for rounding off the night, but sadly, that is the end of this week's edition. Thank you for joining us tonight, and as always, for your continued support. Don't forget, we'll be back next week, same time and same channel. This has been your host,
Samantha
and Chris, signing off.
Have a great night, everyone.